Hello there. Welcome. It is, what time is it? 12:10 p.m. here in Florida. And it's just going to be a little low-key afternoon live stream. It's been a long time since I've done, well, I haven't really been doing much on the channel at all, but it's been an extra long time since I've done an afternoon live stream. And they're always pretty low-key, man. So welcome. Whatever's on your mind, let's shoot the shit. Doesn't have to be Star Wars. You guys know how these things go. Unknown Cars fan, Stuart Path, Josh, Tony Sapity, Oscar, Lalov. How do I pronounce that? Lolavo? Did I butcher it? Probably. But welcome, guys. I was too tired last night too, Stuart. It was a fun stream though. We, you know how these things go. We were all over the place and it was a good time. But welcome. Whatever topic's on your mind, let's shoot the shit. What do you think about Elon Musk? What's up, Julian? Elon Musk bums me out, man. Like, you know, you had this guy, like a decade ago, whatever, for over the years, this guy who, you know, I think people looked up to, found pretty inspirational, seemed to be very smart, and had some really interesting ideas, you know, made progress in the realm of space exploration, brought down the costs, introducing, you know, new vehicle technology that was groundbreaking. You know, making a lot of projects and being invested in a lot of things that could benefit, you know, the whole of humanity. And now, like, when I see him, he's just constantly bickering on Twitter like somebody's grandpa. It's depressing to me. It legitimately bums me out because I never thought, you know, why waste your time? I don't understand it. Why waste your time? It's like he just sits there all day and I don't get it. I don't get it. Just engages with the dumbest shit and is, I don't know, I think he sees himself as some crusader, but I just see it as silly. It's like anybody else arguing on the internet, but instead it's this guy that I had so much hope for, you know. But yeah, anyway. It's a bummer. What's up, Took? Took says, hey, HG, hope all is well. Just an FYI, I had those same Empire sheets you had at the firehouse when I was a kid. Love them. Nice. You still have them? Or no? Probably not. I couldn't believe how they're in such good shape. There's no rips, no tears, no stains. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, but they're sharp. I was so surprised. He brought them to the fire station, and he showed me them, and he was like, yeah, they're cool, I'm gonna sleep on them tonight. And when he opened them up, when he like took them out, because they were all wrapped in the fitted sheet, you know, he was like, oh dude, there's actually 2 sets here, would you like one? And I was like, are you sure? So he thought he just had 1 set. Turns out he had 2, and now they're my new firehouse. I'm sleeping on sheets that a kid slept on in 1979. That's crazy. And they're not uncomfortable. They're not like 2 thread count. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that too. Thank you for the support over the years, and yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. God know they went through 4 kids. They probably disintegrated by the time they got to my youngest brother. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm surprised these are in such great shape. They probably just used them for 1 kid. Bought 2 sets for 1 kid, you know, and swapped them out from time to time. And then I think they must have been in a box or something for all these years, because they do. I washed them with a lot of Tide, so they smell fresh. But they do have a little a little hint of like antique shop when you're laying on them. They do smell a little bit like an old comic book shop. But yeah, anyway. Two of them do, Josh, but they don't know the name. They know that I do something like this. Yeah. What's up, Sam? Man, you're on fire with the streams lately. HG, always glad to catch one. Yeah, I mean, I've only done a couple over the past few weeks, but I did one last night. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things now that my daughter's back in school, you know. Usually when she's out of school for... I mean, during summer break, I think I uploaded like one video in like 2 or 3 months. And then she just got off winter break, so, you know, I'm trying to get back into it. Kipperan, did you see the Star Wars fan animation showing Anakin versus Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars art style? No. I didn't. Have you played any more Jedi Survivor on your own since you last streamed the game? I have not, man. I haven't sat down to play a game, well, a single player game. I did sit down to play Hogwarts Legacy a couple days ago. I actually just finished a round of PUBG. Like, I'm just back to being addicted to PUBG now. For whatever reason, those like battle royale style, you know, looter shooter whatever games, really, they're just like my perfect type of game. I don't know, fast paced, energetic. You get a little bit of anxiety, your palms sweat a little bit, you know. But Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the first super chat of the stream. Oscar says, thoughts on Mickey being free from Ironclad copyright? Yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, right? That's how it goes. After 100 years, you know, things become... in the pub, you know, they go into the public domain. Now, it's not all of Mickey Mouse yet, at least. When it's different variations. Right now, it's just the Steamboat Willie version, right? So people are having fun with that. You know, in the year 2077. I guess how it's gonna go is like the characters and stuff like that. The likeliness the whatnot from A New Hope are gonna be in the public domain. So that's just how it goes, you know. It seems very specific with what goes into the public domain. Like obviously, you know, the modern version of Mickey Mouse and whatnot that's not in the public domain, but the one from all 100 years ago is, and it's kind of cool, you know. There's nothing wrong. I like it as a principle, but because look, a lot of the Disney stories were pulled from past stories that were basically in the public domain. You know, it's not like Snow White. It's not like those stories were, or even Frozen, or it's not like those stories. I mean, they did create them, but broad strokes, you know, Rapunzel was a story before Tangled, you know, so a lot of the stories that they tell are classic fairy tales and stuff like that have been around for a long time. So, you know, it's just how it goes. Now people are going to do that with their stuff, you know, tell stories with the characters that they've created. Or in this instance, that specific Mickey Mouse, but anyway. Took says, and lastly, I'd like to give a shout out to my grandpa. He just passed at the age of 99 and a half. World War II Pacific Fleet member, such a great man. He will be missed. I'm sorry to hear that, man. 99 and a half. That is a long That's imagine the things you see, yet that you've seen at the age of almost 100. We'll just round it up to 100. That's crazy. Living through, I mean, I'm assuming he was born in 1924. I mean, that's insane. World War II, Korea, the born in the Roaring 20s, the various wars, the catastrophes, the assassinations, just 100 years of witnessing the world. Even the movies, the technology progressing, you know. Got to be pretty crazy. But R.I.P. indeed. I'm sorry to hear that, Tuke. Stuart, after something is created, 100 years later, it goes into the public domain. That's how basically everything is. Thoughts on Ahsoka getting a season 2, Tony? Yeah, I mean, I figured it was inevitable. I wasn't the biggest fan of the show, so you know, I'm not all that excited for it, to tell you the truth. I've kind of my enjoyment of Star Wars is kind of narrowed in terms of things that I'm really legitimately looking forward to. A lot of Filoni, and in fact, a lot of Filoni stuff is not necessarily for me. I definitely these days prefer something like Andor. So, yeah. He had 5 pages of notes on how to print from his computer. Still snake makes me smile. There you go. Yeah, my grandparents are both, I think they're going to be 93 this year. And my grandma is on her computer every day. She plays cards and does puzzles and plays bingo with her friends. And she plays her games on her tablet. She has she plays card games with strangers on the internet on her tablet and stuff like that. Yeah. Surprised how quick she picked up on that stuff. She's been doing that for a little while now. Oh yeah, Band of Brothers is great, Josh. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Hard to believe it's so old. 2001. When does Masters of the Air come out? Masters of the Air is... Oh, it's coming out soon. January 26th. Nice. Okay. It's Masters of the Air is like... it's gonna be like Band of Brothers in the Pacific, but... about World War II airmen, basically. Oh, sorry about that. I've been working on that one for a little while. Man, I'm hungry. I was planning on skipping lunch today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. What am I gonna have? Me and my wife stayed up late last night and watched Saltburn, which was a weird one, but I liked it. Will you do a lightsaber tier list? That's not really my bag. I don't really do that kind of stuff. You know, my favorite lightsaber of all time is Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi Green. But I wouldn't be able to make a tier list, you know, just of ones that I personally like, you know. What was favorite memorable moments from Band of Brothers 00? My favorite episode is actually, I think it's the very first episode when they're running Currahee and with Captain Sobel and stuff like that. For whatever reason, that first episode really hits me. You know, the building of camaraderie, and you know, you see them progress as a unit. The whole series is wonderful. It's great. There's not a bad episode in the bunch. But for whatever reason, that very first episode really, really sticks out to me. No. What's up, Ricky? Ricky, thank you so much for the generous super chat channel support this afternoon. Ricky says, afternoon, Greedo. Got anything fun planned for the day? The only thing people seem to care about doing when stuff enters public domain is just make bad slasher movies based on the character, in my opinion. Yeah, that seems to be kind of the trend. It's funny, some are already coming out, right? So, like, you know, obviously they knew that it was going to go into the public domain years ago, so they just already started making them and releasing them. It's like the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey that came out. Oh, one sec.
For the day? The only thing people seem to care about doing when stuff enters public domain is just make bad slasher movies based on a character emo.
Yeah, it's that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is kind of the same exact instance, right? It's I didn't watch it. I know guys that did, and they said it was horrible. If you made a really good one, that would be awesome. But like just kind of throwing something together that's shitty, whatever. You know, but if there was something really, really interesting and well done, it would be fun. But yeah, you're right. It's just like they throw together, they put a Mickey Mouse mask on somebody with a knife, and then they film some scenes, and I don't know. Now, if people did really interesting stuff with public domain, content, I don't know, it'd be cool. But yeah, that seems to be the general trend. You know, something quick and cheap, thrown up on Tubi, or wherever, but. Yeah. Disney can be harsh for their copyright. I remember reading a story about this young lad that died who loved Spider-Man, and his father wanted to put Spidey on his tombstone, but Disney said no. I heard about that too. I feel like it was. I mean, obviously that got overturned. I feel like that was probably a bunch of clickbait bullshit. It probably just had to go up the chain of command. You know what I mean? Or go through a lawyer or something like that. I mean, look, there's so many things. And nobody would care, you know. I feel like that was probably exaggerated. You look around, even Hollywood, you see people dressed up as Spider-Man or Times Square. You know, you got people taking pictures and making money, walking around dressed as various Disney characters. They never get handed a copyright infringement thing. That you know, people make bootleg stickers and stuff on Etsy even. There's like all sorts of Disney t-shirts and Star Wars t-shirts and stuff like that on Etsy. Even I have t-shirts on my website, you know. Hell, there's fan films. People make fan films, Star Wars fan films. They never get dinged with copyright. You know, I think I mean, yes, they're probably pretty strict with certain things, but overall, I would say that it's a pretty lenient process, if that makes sense. But yeah. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Oscar says movies these days don't feel special anymore. You know, sometimes I feel that way, but then, you know, something comes out that really hits me. The last one that I thought was really special or like really made an impact on me that I thought was a masterpiece was First Man. You know, there's a lot of shit that comes out that I have zero desire to see. But then there's movies that come out that I thoroughly enjoy. Like the other day at the fire station, we watched Gran Turismo. And if it wasn't for the fire station and that guy's recommendation, I never would have watched it. And I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a fun movie, you know. I would agree that as you get older, for me at least, a lot of the things that maybe I would have gotten excited for in the past, I don't get excited for anymore. I don't know if that's just coming with age or cynicism or what, but like even Dial of Destiny, I wasn't all that excited for it. It took us months after it was released on streaming to watch it. And when I watched it, I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll never watch it again. It was all right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's not many. What I do get excited for, though, is showing my daughter movies. She's kind of going through a movie phase. I know I've talked about her before with movies, and she didn't have the attention span. But yesterday, dude, she came home from school, and she wanted to have a movie day. So I popped popcorn. We watched Elemental, which she loves. And then we watched Monsters, Inc. And Dad is not complaining when the most active, crazy, wild kid on planet Earth wants to sit down on the couch and watch a couple movies. I am all for that, man. But, so yeah, there's still special ones out there, but I guess maybe as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little more picky with what I truly look forward to and enjoy. We want to see one sec, Oscar.
Good things in store for you. 2023 ended with a bang. Convention with Carl Weathers and Anthony Daniels as some of the guests. My Mando made its debut. Few adjusts before approved with MMCC. Can link if wished.
Sapity, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Give me one sec, man. We do want to go see Wonka. I'm actually going to... Ooh, let me look. My wife is going out of town with my mother-in-law, her stepmom, and I told my daughter that let me look up movie times. I told my daughter that I would take her, that we would go to a trampoline park, and then we'd go see a movie and we'd go get to dinner together. Movie, hold on, let's see. What would that be? What is that movie theater called? Damn it. Let me just look up and see if it's playing. It's next Saturday, so I don't know if they have all the times out or whatnot. Why can't I find... There we go. What date is that? Next... The 20th. 120. Alright, they have no movie times listed. I wonder if Wonka will still be playing. Hopefully. I'd take her to see that. That'd be fun. Anyway. I appreciate that, Oscar. Sapity, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream. Sapity says, hope 2024 has good things in store for you. 2023 ended with a bang. Convention with Carl Weathers and Anthony Daniels as some of the guests. My Mando made its debut. Nice. How does it look? A few adjustments before approved with the MMCC. Can link if wish. Yeah, please do. I don't know if links... Can you post links in the chat? I really don't know if that's allowed. But yeah, if you're on Twitter, feel free to tweet it to me. I'd love to see it. But yeah, I hope 2024 there's some work things I'd like to you know, promotions and stuff like that that I'd like to lock down. And we got a lot of trips planned 2024, Sapity. We're going on a cruise. Me, my wife, and my daughter. We're going on like a 7-day cruise in March, which is going to be a good time. And then me and my wife are doing a 10-year wedding anniversary trip to Yellowstone and the Grand Teton National Parks, which we've been wanting to do for a long time, and we finally did it. We got our flights booked, we got our hotels and cabins booked, we got our rental car already paid for. Now all we have to do is wait around for the May to come. So, and then we're planning a few other trips too. Going down to Disney for my daughter's birthday in April. So we got something planned for March and April and May, and I'm sure there's going to be some other things on the list as we move further into the year. But yeah, that's exciting. Some personal Star Wars excitement there, Sapity. Tried here. Yeah, it won't let you. What maybe can you space and like take out the .com and just tell me what to type? Put some spaces in there. I wonder how good the link detection is. But yeah, I appreciate that, Sapity. It's fun stuff for sure. Baggins, thank you so much for the final super chat channel support of the stream. Baggins says, "Hi Greedo, are you gonna get any more Lego?" At the moment, I'm not planning on it. If I do get another Lego set, it's going to be it'll probably be the Lunar Lander, the LEM. They have a cool looking LEM Lego set that I think it's like, I don't know how much it is. Lunar Lander Lego. Yeah. Oh, is that it? Yeah, $100. I think I'd probably get that one. They do have a Saturn V rocket. That would be really cool, but I don't know if I have space for that. The Lunar Lander would be neat because I would mount it on my wall above some of my other space-themed posters and whatnot. But at the moment, I don't have any plans to get that. But so. Yeah, if I do, then it'll be the Lunar Lander or the Saturn V rocket. But at the moment, there's no plans. Anyway, I appreciate that, guys. So that's it for me. We're at 33 minutes. I'm gonna hop off, have some lunch, do some chores, and then go pick up my daughter from school in a couple hours. So thanks for hanging out. This is fun. Thanks for keeping me company in the afternoon here. But all right, everybody. To everybody who super chatted this afternoon, thank you so much. To everybody who hung out in the chat, thanks for keeping us company. But have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. See ya.